Welcome back. It's Friday today. The sun is shining. That's very rare because the last 100 days the sun in Denmark have not really shining. I live up here in Scandinavia, so I try to make some video in my language Danish about jet airliner history, about the early jet airliners in the 50s and early 60s. But nobody understand Danish on my language Danish on YouTube, only from Denmark, and I have a very low number of subscribers. But for do that, I have to close my door and put heating on, and I need a little cola. So let's try to make some video in English about this early jet airliners, and I'm trying to make some video about the early jet engines, because this old jet airliners, they all have a big jet engine. And in the 40s, after Second World War, the Second World War did stops in the summer 1945. And that did already event the early jet engines. Nazi Germany, they have this Messerschmitt Me 260 something fighter jet. The first generation fighter of Nazi Germany did build 1,500 fighter jets from 1940, 43, 44 and 45 to the end of the Second World War. And then just in the end of the Second World War, the British, the United Kingdom British, made their first fighter jet fighter, the Gloucester motor thing, with the British jet engines. So already around 1945, we had some first generations fighter jets with the jet engines. And they developed these jet engines in like the 46, 47, 48, 49 up to year 1950s. So already around 1950s, before year 1950, only like 5 years after the Second World War, we had some very powerful jet engines. And then they start to put these jet engines on passengers airlines, because they have some that was used because of the Second World War. They made some big metal bombers like the B-17 and the Flying Fortress, all these names, and the DC-6. They were built in metal. I think they did use aluminium. They built the wings and the flight body in aluminium metal, and they have this very powerful piston engines. So they are used to build metal aircraft. So then they start to build some new kind of aircraft built with jet engines. They did that in the early 1950s. And I'm trying to make some video about it, but I need to put my heating on. So my English is not so good, but I speak more English than nothing. Many on YouTube, they can barely speak English, like from France and Germany, Italy, and Eastern Europe. Many that speak barely English. They can barely speak English at all, like from India or China. So I need to make some video in English. Everyone can understand. But need to get my heating on, so have some daylight today, so that's very nice. so first I need to do this. I need the big cooler. So I will split the video in 2 parts. I will try to make a video about the early jet airliners, and next, when I'm charging my camcorder, I will do the old jet engines thing. I need to do that. But I made so much video the last many days. But let's try to do it anyway. Then I could drive some American Truck Simulator later tonight. Make some French fries. I have French fries for the whole weekend. French fries with mayonnaise sauce. I split it in 3 parts: Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And now I need to sneezing. So I have 2 kilos of French fries. And I got cola my whole weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 bottles cola. So make French fries later. But I need to drink this. I need a minute to drink because I'm drinking very slow. No, I don't need a minute, but I need half a minute to drink this. Because I cannot swallow so fast anymore because I'm getting old. I have to swallow in small parts. So I made the last week. I made a lot of video on my language Danish. Many hours of video. I was looking this old aircrafts. So let's try to do it in English, and I use my knowledge is from Wikipedia. So this is where I'm reading my stuff. But I have a few months ago I had like 500 web page open. I cannot do that again, and I have 200 papers with list. 200 pages with list of all kind of aircrafts. Here we got more than 30 pages with aircrafts. So I had a lot, but I had to close it down because I cannot have 500 web pages open, and that would take like many years to read. But I did start to open something again. I spent many hours to open all kind of stuff again. So I like to make this English video now, because when I'm closing everything down again, if I close everything down again, I will not have it open anymore. So this is from Wikipedia. That's about the history of the jet airliners. So to start in the 50s, we have this the Caravelle Comet. That was the first passengers with 4 jet engines. The Caravelle Comet version 1 to 4. That was the first one, but we're not using that. Just like to show. Then we got the Boeing 707. I have everything open here. I got this, the Caravelle Comet, the Caravelle. So that's the Caravelle Comet we had in the early actually did fly 1949 July. So already before 1950s we have this flying, but it's only in the service. It flying commercial service 1952 with this British Overseas Airways Corporation, Boeing. That was in 52. But if we go back in time, 52, we still have this big metal airline. Not this one. I just opened this. You have like many hundred aircraft engines. So back in the 1940s, they had some super big advanced aircraft engines. All kind of super big advanced aircraft engines, but some of them are very old. Some of this engine are from 1920s and 30s. So they have this list is like 1,000 different kind of engines. We're not going to look all this because there's 1,000 list of aircraft engines. That's ultralight. I just opened myself because maybe I'm going to buy something like this in the future. That's some old from World War I. But they already have some engines on this. These engines are more than 100 years old. Already back then, 100 years ago, they had some good aircraft engines. That's 110 horsepower engines. This engine is more than 100 years old and they're still running. Some of the engines are still running. 12,000 they have built from this. 110 horsepower, and this engine is 110 years old. We are in year 2025. So that's 112 years ago. So like 110 years ago we had some big engines. But that's from like World War I. So we have many hundreds of aircraft. There's many hundreds of aircraft, but we have an aircraft like this from the World War II. They did build the aircraft in metal, aluminium, and I think some have pressure cabins. And they have this super large piston engines. This one is from year 1938. This is even before year 1940. That's even before the World War II. They make this one they use to transport like soldiers and stuff. Did not open this. Flying Fortress. But we need to look at that later because we have another, that's not the renamed Flying Fortress. Let's search, but we don't have time. But no, I think this airplane dropping the Hiroshima atomic bomb, that's not the one here. I think that's not the one dropping the Hiroshima atomic bomb. We can try searching Hiroshima, but I cannot spell to Hiroshima. But I can try. Now I have to delete all this. So this video will be very long because I need a lot of time to do this. Hiroshima. But we need to find one in the bombing, this atomic bombing. of Hiroshima. That's atomic bombing of this one, because I need to find the aircraft that did it. I don't think it was, no, that's a B-29. That's the one I'm looking for. And we can read this again later, put it there. But that's the Super Fortress. They have this super large, look at that, this one you can make to a passenger aircraft. But they did not do that. They have this DC-9, DC-6. So this fly like from 1944 and end of the Second World War. But they stopped production, and just after the Second World War they did stop production. But this one have a pressure cap. Look how big it is. So you can see that would be very easy to put some jet engines, but they did not have jet engines. Normally just put like the B-52 bomber. I have the B-52 bomber, but we can put it next to here. The B-52 bomber jet. B-52. I think 52. No, normally you just put the jet engines below like this. So actually this is, you can see, this is how they did it. In the 50s they just have this big aircraft, the Super Fortress, in this big size, and they just put jet engines below it. So actually this could be a good long range passengers airliner, but they did not build it, they did not think about it to make it back then. This did fly in 55. In the year 55 we only have this Comet, the Havilland Comet 1, because this Caravelle, the Caravelle did went in commercial service 59. So already they could make a big, but I did not think about to make a passengers airliner this type, but they could already do it like 55. They could make a long range transatlantic airliner, but that's Boeing did this, and Boeing made the Boeing 707. Boeing made the 707 jet airliner in 58. Few years after this, Boeing made in 58 and 59. The company Boeing, because this is a Boeing B-52 Stratofortress. I have it somewhere else, so it's not supposed to be here. And I need a small break because I need to go to bathroom, and I forgot to get some food to eat. So I cannot wait because I'm old, so I need to go to bathroom, and I need a little bit food to eat. So I can just charge my camcorder for 10 minutes.